last year. And the big news is that as of today, the Scholarship Fund has awarded more than 400 scholarships, totaling a little bit less of $12 million. Just to manage the economic impact of helping those students graduate and find jobs, many right here in our community. This is a great accomplishment for any organization, especially for one that for many years has been driven with 100% volunteerism. Nine's in a bit, but like I showed you a glimpse of those who you are supporting today, please direct your attention to the screen.
I come from all kind of been part of the migrant culture, so we would travel around states.
Growing up, I had a grandmother, and she was diabetic, and I was really the primary caregiver for her at the age of like 8 or 9. And growing up, I really gave her insulin shots, monitored her glucose for her, and I did a lot of stuff as a kid, just maintaining my grandma's diabetes.
Really moving our immediate family, we were always together.
And I really wanted to go into something where I knew I can affect my community, because growing up, I come from a Hispanic background where a lot of people are diagnosed with diabetes. It's been running through my family for generations.
Going back to that 12-year-old girl who would work with her parents and didn't have a bed to sleep on, that feels like a lifetime ago. I
grew up with a family of a single mother with 4 kids, so it's really been hard to financially support myself based off.
I was the oldest. I was always taking care of my siblings or helping out my parents in my life.
And I've currently been balancing between working, so I was like, I needed to.
What's the worst that can happen? When I received
and I was like, I just won the scholarship.
But me that maybe I didn't see in myself at that time, and it means that I'm able to make an impact in someone else's life. Just from my cohort or this class of recipients, I mean, there's future lawyers in here, there's future doctors, business owners, and we all have one thing in common, which is resilience. And we haven't had an easy life, but we've overcome the obstacles, and so I can only imagine what we're going to do in the future.
I just want more people of ethnic minorities being represented in the research field that's going on, because I'm the only person that is Hispanic in my lab, and it doesn't affect me a lot, but it does show the lack of diversity that's in the research field. And we're smart, we're educated, and we have different experiences that these students that are in the research lab now don't have, and that needs to be brought to the table to be accessing these world problems that are going on.
After completing my degree, I have a pending offer for a full-time position at State Farm, and also, eventually open up my own agency.
After I graduate, I plan to get my PhD in biomedical engineering with a focus on medical devices and drug delivery techniques for people living with diabetes.
It's been a journey full of success and setbacks, and so that's just made me feel that there's potential out there, and I really hope to be in a position where I can encourage other children who come from the same background that I do.
I would like to say thank you to all the board members, volunteers, and donors that come together each year for this scholarship fund. It really means a lot to us students.
It's not just a degree to me, it's going to be a generational change, and you will continue to make an impact in the years forward. If you would have asked me in middle school if I'm going to college, I honestly, I didn't know. I thought that college were for people who had money. I thought college were for people who had a different type of life than I did. So it's just, I look back and I look at the 12-year-old girl, and that she's gonna figure it out one way or another.
Those are only 2 students that have incredible journeys, right? And after meeting almost, I can assure you that they each have their own unique story, adversity, and hope. I hope that by seeing this video, you truly sense the importance of the work we're all doing here together. All of this would not be possible without the important group of volunteers. I would like to thank my fellow board members for your commitment and guidance, your time, and for all the work that you do. Would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. With the help of this board, we have reached another important milestone this year. In 2021, for the first time in our history, we hired our first paid executive director, Rosie Maltby. Rosie worked with the organization as a consultant for 6 years prior to coming on as our executive director. Please join me in helping me. Rosie, to the podium.
Thank you, Alicia. Good afternoon. It is an honor to have been selected as this organization's first executive director. I remember a long time back, actually about 15 years ago, that I had the opportunity to help organize scholarship applications during a time when I was serving as a volunteer for one of our partner organizations. As I read through the applications, I was deeply impacted by the life stories of the applicants, many taking a chance to apply for this scholarship. Being so honest and sharing the obstacles that they have overcome and succeeding despite the odds. What struck me and continues to strike me today is how much potential our Hispanic students have and how many students could really benefit from our help in completing their degrees. Today, it is no different. This year, we received nearly 800 applications, twice as many as we have ever received in our history. Thankfully, we were able to offer our scholarships and student programming to the 30 outstanding students you will meet today, but there is more work to be done. This afternoon of celebration would not be possible without the generous literacy education, leadership skills, internship opportunities, and mentorship to our recipients. Gracias and thank you for supporting the work we are doing. This is that it is a very large, extended family, as most Hispanic families are. By virtue of being here today, you are now part of that extended family that is here to support and root on our students. Our growth, scholarships, and the success of our scholars would not be possible without the support of individuals like each of you in this room today. At each of your tables, you will see a frame with a photo of one of our students, and next to it, a QR code. If you use the camera function on your phone, it will take you directly to our donation page. If, by seeing who our scholars are today, you are compelled and able to make a donation, we ask that you consider doing so. We cannot achieve the work that we do without your support. Every donation helps us reach our goal of awarding scholarships to more students. And to create a more meaningful impact, Advent Health has made a commitment to match what we raise today up to $10,000. Thank you so much to our Vice Chair, Yamile Luna, and our friends at Advent Health. So as we serve lunch, don't forget to make your donations. I also want to remind you to help us share our story by posting your photos of this event while you eat and network today. On your tables, you'll also find a frame with our social media handles and hashtags. Please share your photos, tag us, and help us raise awareness about the work we are doing. Thank you, and enjoy your meals. Buen provecho.